Hey, what's up, y'all? Justin Brook from adskills.com here, and I'm starting a new series to kind of keep myself accountable, but then also to kind of answer the question, like, what are you actually doing with AI? So this is, instead of what I built this week, it's called what AI built this week. Let's take you through. So this website, AdSkills, is now fully built by AI. It's on Replit instead of Webflow. And the first thing that I went and added is I added a whole new blog admin center. So if I go here to blog admin, you'll see that it wants me to log in with Replit. And that's so that, just anyone in the public can't just go on my website and start making blogs or anything like that. So if I hit login with Replit, it's going to log me in. And now I can see the blog that I built. So I'm essentially building my own WordPress with this. And that's what I love about Replit is I can build exactly the features I want, exactly how I want them to be. So first, I connected Agility Writer, which is an AI blog writer. It's really good at passing like AI detection tools. It also is really good at doing something called the skyscraper strategy. So what that means is it's going to Google. So it's not just you give it a keyword, you give it a title, and it's just going to make up something. Which is a lot of what the AI tools do. But instead, it's going to Google. It's reading the top posts on that subject, and it's coming up with a strong SEO optimized version. And it knows the information from the previous blog post. It's not plagiarizing anything. It's just looking at them, getting an outline, and then writing its own thing. And it's just a better way to do SEO. It's an age-old strategy that's been working for many, many years. So if I click Create with Agility Writer, I can enter in any title here. So let's see, just for instance, let's go like the ultimate guide to TikTok ads, or I'll go like the beginner's guide to TikTok ads. Main keyword would be TikTok ads. We'll just leave it there. Target audience is going to be, we'll go with business owners. Tone of voice, I usually like to go casual. All right, so now if I go ahead and hit create article, it's going to drop it into my checklist down here below. And so here we go. I've done this demo twice now. So I did one on Pinterest ads and one on TikTok ads. And so now if I go and sign into Agility Writer, all right, so now in my Agility Writer dashboard here, you can see the beginner's guide to TikTok ads in progress, 3%. And we can see the ultimate guide to Pinterest ads is right here. The length was 4,000 words. And we can view, we can rewrite, we can download, we can do all kinds of different things with that article. And so now that one is done, if I go back over to my back on my blog here, and so because that one is done, I can just go ahead and sync from Agility Writer, and so that's going to pull it in, and now I can just hit publish, and now I've got a new blog post, and so it's like, and what I can do is I can just, put a bunch of these in here, and then I can just come in and click publish every day, and then I've got a new blog post every day, or twice a day, however many I want. But I also wanted the ability to write. I like to use Manus a lot, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And so I wanted the ability to have Manus write articles as well, because Manus is really, really good at doing research and creates these incredible articles that are actually researched on Reddit and social media and all that stuff, or Grok or Google Docs. Like if I just want to write my own post, because I do like to write still. Google Docs, when you save a document in Google Docs, you can save it as Word, you can save it as .doc, you can save it as PDF, you can save it as all these different formats. One of the formats that you can save it as is Markdown, and that will keep all the headlines and bullet points and all that stuff, and I want that inside of here. So I added the ability, just through a prompt, I just said, hey, create a feature where I can upload Markdown files and publish those. And so all of these here that you see that are already published and on the blog, those here were all uploaded. Those were written by Manus. And so Manus, what I love is it has the ability to do scheduled prompts. And so I can have the same prompt, and then it will run on a schedule every morning at 6 a.m., let's say. And so it's writing me new articles, and I can just come in and, I easily move them over to Google Docs, save them as Markdown, upload them here, hit publish, and I've got blog posts written for me by AI. And so you want to know how it works as an editor. I also added this feature. So it didn't have a delete and a publish button. I had to ask it. It's like, hey, I see that we have the ability to upload them, and I would upload and they would automatically publish. Well, I also wanted the ability to unpublish them if they became outdated. I wanted the ability to delete them if I created a new one. And then I also wanted the ability to edit them, just like on WordPress. And so I just said, hey, can you add a text editor on here? And it did. So if I click edit on any one of these posts, you can see I've got kind of like a WordPress style editor here where I can highlight something and I can make it bold. I can, make it italics. I can do any of those different things that you would do. Oops. I can make them headlines, different types of headlines, block quotes. I can link things. And there was a few, when I first made this, it had black background because my site has a black background. I had to tell it, hey, make sure it's a white background. All these buttons here, when I hovered over them, they went white, which made them invisible, so I had to tell it, hey, don't do that. So you have to tell it a few things when it makes mistakes. But yeah, now I've got this great little blog editor where I can use AI to write blog posts as fast and as often as I want with my most powerful AI writing tools. So I added that. Then the next thing that I added was a call funnel. A call funnel, if you're selling courses or coaching, call funnel is probably one of the highest profitable, most successful, most widely used funnels out there in the coaching and course sales business. And so I used Replit to create a call funnel for me. And I just had to teach it what a call funnel was. And so you can access this on adskills.com, come down here to case study, and it's right there. Or I baked it into, I just told it to change all of our buttons. All these watch a free class, if you click those, it goes over to our call funnel. And this is where people can watch this 16-minute video. Gives them a great demonstration of how to use AI with your ad campaign, specifically how to hook Claude up to your Google ad account and have Claude run your campaign for you. So it shows them all of that in the video. And then if they click schedule your free tour now, it goes over to our application page. We're just embedding a type form in here. And then after they would finish that, they would go over to our booking page. And this is where we're using cal.com instead of Calendly. I like cal.com. It's better for sales teams and things like that. And so we just can embed that right in here. So after they book a call, they watch the video, they fill out the application form, it redirects them to here to schedule their call, and then they can schedule their free tour call. So that's how our whole call funnel works, all built with AI. All right, next thing I did with AI is connected Claude to everything. That's one of the reasons I really like using Claude, is Claude can connect to so many different things. So I connected it to, let's see, if I bring up my Claude desktop, you guys should still be able to see this. You can see I've got it connected to Google Drive, Google Calendar. I didn't use the native Gmail connection because that can't actually create and write emails. I want it to be able to create and write emails. So you have to connect it to Zapier. Zapier connects it to Gmail. And so essentially, while that says Zapier, it's just connected to Gmail. I'll make another video about that. But that allows me to create, sort, label, filter, delete, unsubscribe, all the things that you could do through Gmail. I can now do that through Claude, and I can have it mass process my inbox really quickly. Connected it to my Apple Notes, to my Mac, and it was able to, and then here's where I connected it to Google Ads. We've got another video about that, but you can see that it is organizing my desktop, and this was great. It cleaned up all the screenshots and all that stuff, but then working through my downloads folder, there was 5 years of downloads in there, and my organization was not stellar. And so it went through and organized 5 years worth of files. It was over 1,000 files, and went through and just gave me a really solid organizational structure to them, made the folders, moved all the files, and did all that for me. Let's see. Then the next thing, it was connecting it to everything. I wanted to show you in Manus. I mostly use Manus for research these days, but I had it create PowerPoint slides, a cold email strategy to help my customers, sales email follow-up strategy, more market research on different courses that I want to create, more market research. I really use it a lot for market research and writing, so that's most of what's in there. And then I also built a couple of fun side projects on here as well. So I had, in one of the research projects that I ran, I found that Catholics like to pick a saint for their confirmation, and I know that quizzes and tests are a great way to get a lot of traffic, to build an email list. And so I created this Find Your Confirmation Saint quiz, and that just allows people to kind of find which saint, and then they get to learn more about the saints, and at the end they can subscribe to learn about one new saint every day in an email newsletter. And so Replit built this whole site for me, built all the quiz logic, the blog post with the different saints in there. There's a few things I gotta fix, like the alignment up here is a little weird, probably could use a real logo up here. The image was made in ChatGPT images. I just added it to the site. But yeah, this project's coming along quite well. I just need to add a domain name to it, and you can see over here on the side, I'm connecting it via API to my Kit, or formerly ConvertKit account. That way, when they do opt in, it goes into my Kit account, and I can follow up with them via email, and I can build that email list. And then my last little side project was this little Bible verse memorization game. It has 5 different levels, so you can go make it harder. And now it's emptying 2 words. And it'll go up to level 5. So at level 5, 5 words are empty, and you got to fill in the blanks on those 5 words, and it tracks your score. It's just a fun little tool for kids to play and learn their Bible verses. And so that's what AI built this week for me. It's been an amazing week. I can't wait to get into next week and see what I build next week. I'll be back with you soon. I'm Justin Brook from AdSkills.com.